something big is quietly happening in the foldable phone world. And Samsung knows it. Because all the signs point to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 being more than a typical yearly refresh. This one feels like Samsung preparing a statement device. Thinner, stronger, lighter, and built around a next-generation creaseless foldable display. Quick heads up before we jump in. If you're thinking about pre-ordering the Galaxy S26 Ultra, use my link to get an extra $30 credit on top of all existing offers. The link is in the description. Don't miss that bonus. Now, let's talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 8 leaks, because they're starting to paint a very clear picture of Samsung's 2026 foldable strategy, and it's a lot more confident than you'd expect. According to multiple reports, Samsung is testing a new internal structure designed to make the Z Fold 8 tougher, while also making the Fold feel smoother and more premium every time you open it. The key detail here is a laser-drilled metal support plate. That might sound like a small engineering change, but it's actually huge for foldables, because the support layer under the display plays a massive role in durability, how the phone feels when you press on it, and, most importantly, how visible the crease is over time. And Samsung isn't stopping there. The leaks suggest dual ultra-thin glass, which could mean a stronger, richer feel on both sides of the folding panel. If Samsung can combine a reinforced support plate with improved ultra-thin glass, you're looking at a foldable screen that feels less like fragile plastic tech and more like a true flagship display, something that finally matches the price tag these devices usually demand. Now let's get into the part that will get a lot of people excited: the cameras. The Galaxy Z Fold line has always been powerful, but camera hardware is where Samsung can completely change how people view foldables. And right now, the rumor is that the Galaxy Z Fold 8 could bring a massive 200-megapixel main camera to the foldable form factor. That's the kind of headline spec that instantly shifts the conversation, because a foldable with a real ultra-level camera is exactly what a lot of people have been waiting for, and it doesn't stop at the main sensor. The camera setup being discussed includes a new 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera, plus a telephoto lens rumored around a 12-megapixel 3x configuration in one report, and a 10-megapixel telephoto in another. Either way, the point is clear. Samsung wants the Galaxy Z Fold 8 to be taken seriously as a camera phone, not just a productivity phone. Because if Samsung can deliver a foldable with a 200-megapixel main camera, improved ultra-wide performance, and reliable zoom, then, suddenly the Z Fold becomes the no-compromises flagship people can actually justify upgrading to. And here's what makes these rumored upgrades even more impressive: the balance. Despite adding a stronger internal structure, upgraded glass layers, and bigger camera hardware, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is still expected to feel lighter, possibly around 200 grams. If that's even close to accurate, that's a big deal. Weight is one of the most underrated reasons people avoid foldables. A lighter Z Fold means it feels more like a normal phone in your pocket, more comfortable one-handed, and less exhausting to use as an everyday device. Battery is also part of this story. The leaks point to a larger 5,000 mAh battery and faster charging. And honestly, that's exactly what the Z Fold series needs if Samsung wants more mainstream adoption. Bigger screens are amazing, but they also demand more power. If Samsung can combine better efficiency with a bigger battery and faster charging, that's how you turn a foldable into something people can confidently take through a full day. So if these details hold up, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is shaping up to be slimmer, lighter, stronger, and dramatically more capable, especially where it matters: display durability, camera performance, and battery life. And now we get to the most important part of this entire story: the display. Because something big just happened behind the scenes, and it could reshape the foldable market in a way most people won't notice until launch day. Not long ago, we got an exciting look at a creaseless foldable OLED panel, showcased at CES 2026. At the time, the buzz was that this next-generation display breakthrough could end up inside both the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Apple's first foldable iPhone. Now there's a new twist. According to ZDNet Korea, the creaseless OLED panel shown at CES is expected to appear in the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8, but Apple is reportedly taking a slightly different path for its foldable iPhone. And the reason is actually fascinating. Samsung and Apple are said to be choosing different materials for the support layer that strengthens the foldable display. Apple is rumored to be betting on glass as a reinforcement layer, while Samsung's MX division is going all in on a metal plate. And here's the detail that really matters. The core OLED layer can be the same, but the experience can still be completely different depending on what's underneath. Traditionally, foldable OLED panels used a polyethylene terephthalate film for support, but Samsung Display has reportedly replaced that with a metal reinforcing plate, which improves structural stability and durability. That kind of reinforcement can also help the panel maintain its shape through repeated folding, which is one of the biggest long-term concerns with foldables. Apple's approach, according to the report, is to use glass as a support layer instead. Glass reinforcement could potentially bring its own advantages in stiffness and surface feel, but it may also require different engineering trade-offs for the hinge radius and how the panel distributes stress during folding. To understand why this matters, you have to look at how a foldable OLED display is built. Inside a foldable panel, you've got a stack of layers: the substrate, the backplate, the OLED layer, the touch sensor layer, and the ultra-thin glass on top. These layers are bonded with optical clear adhesive, which isn't just glue, it also acts like a buffer, absorbing stress and helping reduce visible deformation during folding. And Samsung Display has reportedly refined that adhesive layer specifically to tackle one of the most common foldable complaints, the crease. By reducing stiffness compared to previous generations, the adhesive layer can provide softer cushioning between the OLED layer and the ultra-thin glass when the device folds. The result is a smoother bend, less wrinkling, and a panel that looks cleaner from more angles, exactly what people mean when they say crease-less, even if no foldable is truly 100% crease-free in every lighting condition. Now zoom out, because the timing here is what makes this even more intense. Both the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Apple's foldable iPhone are expected to land in the second half of the year. That means we could be heading into the most important foldable showdown yet. Samsung versus Apple, not just on hardware, but on display engineering choices. There are also whispers Samsung could launch a Galaxy Z Fold 8 variant with a wider display, possibly to better match the rumored screen proportions of the foldable iPhone. And if that happens, it would be a direct signal that Samsung is preparing for a head-to-head comparison season where dimensions, usability, and multitasking layouts become part of the marketing battle. And the battle lines are already forming. Apple could come in with aggressive interface polish, deeper app optimization, and a foldable user experience that feels Apple-like from day one. Samsung, on the other hand, may double down on what it already does best: big hardware, powerful cameras, and faster charging, features that are easy to demonstrate, easy to compare, and easy to sell. Leaks suggest the Galaxy Z Fold 8 could carry a 200 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide, and a telephoto lens for real zoom capability. Apple's foldable iPhone, at least right now, is rumored to stick with a simpler dual-camera setup. Interestingly, both brands are also expected to use a side-mounted fingerprint reader, which makes sense on foldables where internal space is tight and you want quick unlocking whether the phone is open or closed. So here's the big takeaway. Foldables aren't just evolving anymore. They're starting to define what the future of premium smartphones looks like. And the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is shaping up to be Samsung's most confident foldable yet, built around a stronger internal structure, a more premium-feeling foldable display, major camera upgrades, a lighter body, and battery improvements that finally match the power of the hardware. Quick reminder before you go. If you're planning to pre-order the Galaxy S26 Ultra, use my link to get an extra $30 credit, on top of all existing deals. The link is in the description, don't miss it.